Well, as the squad, Ellen Vannon, continues their training session here in the Isle of Man ahead of going off to Sweden, the brains behind the whole thing, Malcolm, is with me. This has been, I suppose, from your point of view, a dream come true now, isn't it?
It's been a journey. I mean, I've got to say that it certainly has been a journey, Paul. Yeah, I mean, I must admit when I came up with this, suppose back July, August of last year, and then obviously we moved forward in October, to actually be thinking, 3 days away and we're off to Sweden. Many, I suppose, didn't think it would happen. At times I wondered if it would ever happen, even up to last night when we're finalising and sorting out the last bits in relation to the charter. I mean, everything is, it's quite hectic, and it's when you're putting something like this together, there's a lot behind it. I mean, it isn't just me. There's a lot of other people that have worked very hard on this. Maybe I'm the focus and the focal point of it. Things will hopefully change once we get back from Sweden, and more of the board of MIFA and the way it's all being structured will appear as we try to move forward.
Did this all really come from the Tynwald Hill tournament, really? That's the brainchild on that one, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, that was sort of what awakened my eyes to football outside what you would term the sort of normal route. I saw it as an opportunity for the Isle of Man to look at football from a different direction. And I mean, I've just been amazed, but it's turned out more than that, Paul. It's, as I said, the football side is sort of one issue of it, or one side of it, but it's also this passion for the nation that you're actually playing for that came out at the Tynwald tournament. And I just thought, what a good potential area that we could promote the Isle of Man, its heritage and culture through sport.
Well, I've been to one of your briefings, and you are deadly serious with these guys. They're signing contracts of performance and how they behave. It's very important. But you want them all to be ambassadors.
Yeah, I mean, it's a massive chance for them to go over and promote Ellen Vannon, Isle of Man, obviously, to promote what they stand for. You know, we are, in our own way, a nation. These lads, I think, have suddenly started to realise it. I mean, I saw your interview you did with young Joey, and the fact that he could actually answer a question. I was amazed, but when we first started with this group, I mean, they didn't even know where Snaefell was, some of them. It was that bad. And a lot of that has been lost with this generation. I think the Manx heritage is coming back. I think we're seeing more and more Gaelic speakers. There seems to be a drive towards that. Around the world, there's a drive for identity.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Obviously, you'd love a few games to win. I mean, obviously, you don't go there to lose. I mean, do you think we have a chance? Or is that an unfair question to ask?
No, I don't think it's unfair, Paul. I think we're going into the unknown. I've obviously been trying to get as much information as I could for Chris Bass to sort of suss the other teams out. And obviously their squads are appearing now. But when you look at the likes of the County Denise, and you see that they've got about 3 players that play in the French Premier League, Liga, for OGC Nice, and then you look at all the other players in their team, you see they're mainly in the French First Division, Second Divisions. You're thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be a step up. But that was another idea behind this, was that we want to again sort of challenge our lads. If you put something of a higher standard in front of them, hopefully in time it will improve their standard. You can play people week in, week out and beat them, and that most of these lads here, especially the St George's players, every week they're winning, apart from obviously the Hospital Cup, once in a while. But what we're trying to do is put challenges now in front of them. They will go over there, they might get hammered. But it could happen. I hope they learn from that, and I hope they realise. But in 5 years' time, and we're still involved in this type of thing, I would expect them then to be starting to compete. The other chance it's going to give is that I know, for example, there will be a lot of scouts and agents in professional football that will be in Sweden. So somebody like Joey, 17 years of age, if he's got it, he could be spotted. You never know. So it's also putting them out there in the world to actually, follow their dreams if they want to.
Well, this charter flight arrives on Saturday. We're going to be on board. We'll be following this for the whole thing. And I must say, I'm quite excited because normally we don't get a chance to see these games and what goes on overseas, but this will be a first.
I think it's great. I mean, it's going to be a great atmosphere. I mean, to travel with all the lads, all of us together, we're all a delegation from Elanvannan, where you as well, Paul, you're representing the Isle of Man when you go over there. Yes, I hope you're not going to have to get fined and know all these questions I've sent through to you, because, yeah, it applies to everybody. We are going over there to represent the Isle of Man. We're going to go as a group. We're going to travel as a group. We're not going to be travelling on boats, coaches, planes with other people. This is totally us together. I know when we arrive in Sweden, there's an international film crew that's going to be there to meet us. It's going to be an experience for them. It's something that's going to open a few of their eyes, and I hope in some ways it doesn't panic them or freeze them, because it is going to be important that, yes, we do all the nice friendship side and the nice, shaking hands and, we're from the Isle of Man and well, who are you from, etc., etc. But when they get out on that pitch, then it's football, and, Chris will want them to win.
Finally, it's a pay-per-view event, and the prices, don't you? 'Cause Callum wasn't quite sure the other day.
No, Callum got totally confused. It's for the group matches, it's €3. What will happen, probably I think tomorrow, if people go on to www.manxifa.org, the actual video player will be embedded on there. You can go on, you pay €3, you watch the group games. As we go through the tournament, the prices go up. If we reach the finals, I think you'll be paying £10 to watch us. So we then become worth watching. But in the initial stages, it's €3. Remember as well, you can get all the schedule of the matches on the World Football Cup site, which is www.worldfootballcup.org. That gives you all the match schedules, but remember the times, Swedish times, which are 1 hour ahead of us. So if it says 7 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock our time.
Okay, well, here we go. You ready?
I think we are, Paul. I think we are, and it's 2 days. Is that? I've lost track of time. 2 days.
It's Saturday anyway. If you're watching this, whatever day you're watching this.
I mean, what I think is going to definitely want a picture is the departure board in Ronaldsay that says Isle of Man to Ostersund. Has that ever happened before? It's probably going to be a first.